Hello everyone and welcome to another video of the Sky channel. So this video is a little bit of a farming guide, which should really help you get a lot more fruits. Now I noticed that a lot of people, especially in my server, were not farming in the most effective manner. People were particularly avoiding planting premium seeds because, well, rainbows have a high chance of getting stolen. So the only time I saw people planting premium seeds was when they had enough fertilizer to make sure they get it done instantly. And anytime they're going to sleep, it's either going to be a basic seed or an advanced seed, and if a rainbow accidentally comes through, they're gonna make sure that they fertilize it before going to sleep. Now, this isn't the most effective way of getting a lot of fruits, especially if you have a ton of premium seeds just lying around waiting to be planted. And that is also the situation I was in. I had like 700 to 800 premium seeds just lying around because, well, I wanted to get through all the basic seeds that we get every single day. That's like 21 seeds, and I don't want them to be wasted, so I want to make sure that I use them first before I go into the limited quantity seeds that I have. But that sort of meant that I'd never be using the premium seeds ever. Things really changed when I decided that, you know what, I'm going to be planting the premium seeds. And I know they might get stolen, but I'll still bear with it and see how it goes. And as it turned out, I actually got a ton of fruit that particular month. And you can see my premium seeds now, it's just 133 versus 800 plus that I had at that moment. And I used about 2.5 million fruits in that one event. Now, to help you understand this better, here's what you need to consider. So basic seeds have a low chance of giving you rainbows, a decent chance of giving you eggplant, but a very high chance of giving you cabbage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant a few of them so we can see. There you go. Okay, so you have a cabbage, you have an eggplant, and I'm going to plant a premium seed so that we get a rainbow as well. Okay, so take a look here. It takes 45 minutes to get a cabbage, 1 hour, 30 minutes to get an eggplant, and 3 hours to get a rainbow. Which means it takes twice as long to get an eggplant versus a cabbage, and twice as long to get a rainbow versus an eggplant. However, the fruits you get from each of them are extremely different, and that difference is highlighted when you compare the eggplant with the rainbow. So cabbage and eggplant, fairly similar, right? 150. Using the same maths, if you double the time, you should be getting double the output. Well, sort of. It's 360 instead of 300 if you were to double that directly. So you're still getting a little bit of a better return on your time. But then look at the jump that you get from eggplant to rainbow. Instead of 360, it's 1500, right? So if you were to double 360, that would be 720. But you're getting 1500. That's more than 4 times the amount you get from an eggplant. Purely based on this, if you've been planting cabbages and eggplants just out of the fear that you might get 10% off that stolen or 20% if 2 people steal it from you, regardless of the stealing, you'll still end up with a ton of more fruits if you were planting premium seeds as opposed to planting basic seeds or advanced seeds. Because the increment you get going from an eggplant to a rainbow is so huge that no matter how much you get stolen from, you'll still be at a benefit if you are purely planting premium seeds. So if you want to collect a lot of fruit and you have a ton of premium seeds, always plant premium seeds. Things change once you go through a lot of your premium seeds like I did and have just about 100 of them left. At that point, you could change your strategy a little bit. And what I do is that at reset, when I have a bunch of the common fertilizer piled up, plus 40 extra that I can get through the ads, I plant the premium seeds, and then I apply the fertilizer to the premium seeds and also get the ad fertilizers and apply them too and collect the premium seeds immediately. This is the best use of the fertilizer anyway, and it also prevents any of the rainbows from getting stolen, which is a concern, but not a big enough concern to prevent me from planting premium seeds if I have a lot of them. But if I don't have a lot of them, of course, I don't want to run out of them and have them stolen, which is why I'm doing these things. The other thing that you need to do is to make sure that you always have a ton of fertilizer. because if you aren't extremely big on premium seeds, you want to make sure that when you do plant them, you can immediately fertilize them and prevent them from getting stolen. For this, I always buy at least 2 fertilizers from the manure shop every single day. I also buy 2 advanced seeds just in case I might need them. But the big one comes from the Glory Dual shop. I spend 100 of these tokens to get 25 high-yield fertilizers every single day. That's 25 from here and then 10 from the manure shop. That adds up to 35 per day. The other thing I do every week is that I purchase the Bountiful Harvest. That is a special buff enabling you to get 50% extra fruit offerings when you harvest any of the crops in your manor within the next 3 hours. The cap is 30 times. So as you can imagine, the best way to use this is to buy this, plant a bunch of premium seeds, and immediately fertilize them and collect them. Since you have 6 spots, you plant all 6 premium seeds, fertilize them immediately, collect them, that's 6, and then you repeat this process 5 times to maximize on this buff. If you have your farm maxed out like I do, then you only need 3 advanced fertilizers per premium seed. That means 18 advanced fertilizers for a group of 6. And since you want to go through it 5 times, that's 90 advanced fertilizers. So once I have 90 advanced fertilizers, I'm in a good position to buy that buff, plant 30 premium seeds, immediately fertilize them, and get 50% extra output than I otherwise would have. If I have the common fertilizers saved up, plus perhaps the 40 common fertilizers that I can get through ads, that reduces the amount of advanced fertilizers I need to accomplish this easier. The boost you get because of that buff is definitely worth it. Now, if you do not have your farm maxed out, the first thing that I try to upgrade is the greenhouse, because that gives not only a harvest quantity bonus but also a growth speed bonus. But the way it works is that it does force you to upgrade the other 2 as well before you can upgrade it further. So eventually you have to raise all of them fairly evenly, but I always try to start with the greenhouse and then do the other 2. Okay, so that's a little bit of the farming guide. And I'm going to try to summarize. If you're stocked up on a lot of premium seeds, like if you have 500 plus, plant them at all possible times. You might get stolen from twice, but you only lose about 10% each time you get stolen from. So even if you get stolen from twice, you're only losing 20% of the fruits that you otherwise would have gotten if you weren't stolen from. However, the huge jump that you get from planting rainbows versus eggplants or cabbages makes it definitely worth it. Because based on the amount of time that you're spending to grow those crops, the jump is huge. At all times, it is also recommended that you continue trying to collect advanced fertilizers. Part of the reason is because you want to make sure that you are able to fertilize 30 premium seeds every time you enable the buff that you get from the parking wars. It is also important to have a bunch of fertilizers because when you start running low on premium seeds, the stealing becomes more important of an issue because now you just have so many premium seeds and you don't want to lose that 10 to 20% of it, as you would rather just max out on it by using fertilizers and instantly getting the fruits that the premium seeds have to offer. So if you have a lot of them, don't worry, plant them all. But when you start running low on them, at that point, you need to switch strategy. Save the premium seeds for the time you get those buffs. And whenever you are planting premium seeds, even outside of the buff, consider fertilizing it through so that you're not getting it stolen once it's ready for harvest. A good time to purchase the buff is at reset, because then you have 40 common fertilizers through ads that you could also leverage to save some of your advanced fertilizers. And since I still have you here, I do want you to know that you can get between 10 to 35% bonus on in-game purchases in The Legend of Mushroom. Do check out the video that I'm linking in the description below. The video has all of the steps in it, and it also tells you what's the latest promo code that you need to use to get these amazing bonuses. And join our Discord, because in our Discord, I can keep you updated with the latest news about these promo codes and make sure that you never miss an updated promo code. And that covers this video. I hope it was helpful for you. If it was, please like the video, please subscribe to our channel, and I hope to see you in the next one.